Hello, you're welcome to IPMAN today on NTA, the largest network in Africa. Yes, indeed. This is another edition of IPMAN today. And of course, as you know, IPMAN today is the advocacy television show of IPMAN. And IPMAN is the acronym, for those of you who don't know yet, it's for the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. Today's IPMAN today, of course, we all know what's happening in Nigeria. The Dangote refinery has kicked off with PMS production. But what exactly are those core issues associated with the new pricing formula in Nigeria? The president of IPMAN will be revealing these and more to us on the verdict. Let's get to know exactly what's happening. We all know that Nigerians are not too pleased with the recent increment in PMS pump price. But exactly what led to that, and why are we going to be seeing new differences in price formulation concerning PMS in Nigeria? The president of IPMAN has all the answers. And don't miss that on the verdict. And right after the verdict, I'll bring you oil and gas news. Of course, we are all aware of what is happening in Maiduguri with all the flooding. The president of IPMAN, ABUBAKAR SHETTIMA, issued a statement in regards to that flooding in Maiduguri. And he prays that this will come to an end soon. He also thinks and he also knows that the Nigerian military has been doing incredibly well to evacuate Nigerians right there in Maiduguri and to keep hopes alive. Right after oil and gas news, I'll bring you CNG Roundup by Tetraco Energy Group, and the guest is Igbo Oyakire Ifeje. Now, he is the manager of technical services at the Tetraco Energy Group, and there's no going to say the truth, like I always tell you, that CNG is here to stay and CNG is here to succeed. But there is a need, a critical need for us to keep evaluating the challenges associated with CNG facilities in Nigeria and the development of CNG infrastructure. These are more we'll be talking about on CNG's Roundup today by Tetraco Energy Group. And of course, we'll bring you an overview of Tetraco Energy's CNG facilities. This is IPMAN today. My name is Afam Okone. Keep watching. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back right after this short break. Welcome back from that short break. I'll take you over now to the verdict with the national president of IPMAN, ABUBAKAR SHETTIMA. We'll be talking about the new price regime of PMS in Nigeria, as well as the advent of Dangote refinery. What does this portend for Nigerians in the long run? Let's go. It's a new dawn in Nigeria's oil and gas sector with the eventual takeoff of the Dangote refinery a few weeks ago. What exactly is happening in Nigeria? This is the verdict, and with the national president of IPMAN, ABUBAKAR SHETTIMA. With him, we'll dissect the core issues that Nigerians have been faced with in recent weeks. Mr. President, you're welcome to the verdict on IPMAN today.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Afan.
Thank you, sir. Dangote refinery has eventually kicked off with all the noise we've been getting since last year or 2 years ago. This is the eventual kickoff of Dangote refinery. Tell us, how did IPMAN receive the news, first of all, when Dangote stated that they've started producing PMS, sir?
Well, in fact, we independent petroleum marketers, immediately when we heard about the news of the Dangote has started operation, all our marketers are happy. We're happy because it's a very good welcome development to say that today in Nigeria, we have a refinery that can be able to produce PMS, AGO, and other commodities.
Good, everybody's happy. But suddenly, Nigerians seem not to be happy any longer because of the new price regime. What is happening, sir?
Well, you know, in fact, just what the government have said, that Dangote and NNPC will be a full off-taker of Dangote refined products. So that one does not make the Nigerians not to be happy. Actually, we independent petroleum marketers doesn't have any issue with the NNPCL because we have been collecting their product for a very long time, since before they are the sole importer. So presently, if the government decided that it's only NNPCL will be off-taker, we doesn't have any issue about that, because all what we know, at the end of the day, we can be able to get the product quickly without much delay, since the refinery is a Nigerian refinery.
IPMAN don't have any issues with that. But does that not contradict the PIA, the Petroleum Industry Act, where it says that there should be willing buyer, willing seller?
Well, in fact, it's not like that, Because if the government decided that the NNPCL will be the sole collector of the PMS, that does not mean they betray the PIA. But all what I know, they are just looking for the modalities. At the end of the day, they may allow the other marketers to participate. So I don't think that one will be an issue.
But why exactly is IPMAN comfortable with this arrangement? Don't you think that it will be more profitable for IPMAN to also be part of those who are the off-takers when it comes to Dangote PMS? Why are you comfortable with this arrangement by NNPC?
Well, the reason why we are comfortable as of now, you have seen the way Dangote and the NNPC, they have been exchanging weights in terms of price. And you know, it's not good for a private companies to be engaged in all such of argument. But now, since they are arguing among themselves, at the end of the day, all what we know, they are going to resolve on the issue of price before we come. And already we have sent our letters, and which Dangote too has acknowledged us that he will be doing business with us. I know very soon we are going to go there and sit down together with him and see the way forward.
So that means Dangote is ready to do business with IPMAN?
Yes, he is ready to do business with IPMAN.
Does that not also put the NNPC decision at the backstage?
No, even them, they are not saying that they will be continuing doing this thing permanently.
Okay.
It's just a temporary something that they will be doing. At the end of the day, he will allow so many other marketers to participate.
Okay, Mr. President, sir, something also strikes the minds of Nigerians. Before now, the price of crude oil was determined by we produce the crude oil, we export it. Now, if you look at those logistics, it makes sense to say, okay, that is why the price of crude oil, PMS, is a bit high. But in today's Nigeria now, we are producing the crude oil, and there are no more logistics because Dangote Refinery is in Nigeria producing the PMS from the crude oil being sourced locally in Nigeria. Why is the price at this stage? Nigerians are confused.
You know, the information given or toward what we have been hearing, this agreement will start by October 1st. That is the time when the crude oil will be given to Dangote.
Okay, in Naira.
In Naira.
Okay.
At the end of the day, he will sell this product in Naira. So I think when that time reach, we may look how much is he going to sell the product to the NNPC, and we marketers, how much are we going to start collecting the product.
So what do you foresee, sir, as National President of IPMAN? What, in terms of price regime, what do you foresee in your mind, sir?
No, generally what I see in my mind, I know one, there will be availability.
Okay, one, the
yes,
availability.
There will be availability of the PMS. At the same time, probably we may have some slight changes in terms of price. There will be small reduction no matter how small it is at the end of the day. But generally, this thing which Dangote has done is a very good welcome development for the country, because I know some of the foreign investors will soon start coming to see how they can develop their refinery. And like we independent petroleum marketers, as you are aware, we are planning the way we can be able to develop our own personal refinery.
Okay, sir. Let's discuss still on pricing. NNPC gets the PMS from Dangote Refinery. They set the price. Why will the prices still be different from that of independent petroleum marketers? I mean, why would NNPC now sourcing the fuel from PMS, from Dangote Refinery, sell at a lower premium, and IPMAN members will sell at a higher premium? Is that not supposed to be the same price margin?
Yes, that is what we are looking. That is the reason why now, presently up to now, the NNPCL is still selling this product to us at the normal rate that they have been selling during the increment. They didn't increase anything despite the fact that they have been talking about the change in price, the one that they buy from the Dangote. But presently, you know, we have a huge amount of money with the NNPCL, which they have started loading this our products to us. And the MD2 assure me before this week to coming week, he will make sure that he clear all the debts that they are owing us, so that at least I know by the time when he clear that one, we can be able to know the way forward.
Okay, are you referring to the MD of NNPC Retail?
Yes, NNPC Retail, NNPC Retail.
Why was the price of PMS recently increased to about almost 8,000 naira?
You know,
why exactly?
You know what we have been saying always. Always what we have been saying, we don't want the NNPCL to be telling us to go to the private depot owners and collect the product through them, or buy product through them, because they may decide to increase the price. And you know, there is nothing we can do When they increase the price, when we collected this product, whether we like it or not, we have to increase. Because right away, now they are selling this product at the rate of 950 to 1,000 naira in Lagos.
Private depot.
Yes, at the private depot. So you see, if a marketer buy a product at the rate of 1,000 naira, when he carry it to the down north, by the time when he put the transportation cost and the profit margin, you will see that the price will a little bit go higher. So, but even though we are still negotiating with the NNPCL to start giving us our product direct so that we discharge it in our tank farm and sell to our members at a lower rate so that they will come and sell to the masses at a lower rate too. So that is what we are negotiating, and actually they approved. They said they will soon start giving us our product direct. And immediately when we started getting that product direct, all Nigerians will know actually IPMAN is getting their product direct, and that is the reason why they have been seeing changes. One, in terms of pricing, then two, in terms of availability of this product. And if we are lucky enough, Dangote too, he accepted to start loading independent petroleum marketers direct. That one too will assist
to further
bring the price down, at the same time to make the product available nationwide.
Nigerians cannot wait for this to happen, sir. But sir, as we round up, do you think Nigeria, the downstream sector now in the petroleum industry, do you think we can do without private depot owners?
Yes, generally.
Do we really need them?
No, we doesn't need them much, because their own services is just as a storage. And with the capacity of Dangote refinery, that he can be able to load so many trucks per day, actually with him we can be able to do our business comfortably.
Without private depot?
Yes, quite all right. We load it there and discharge it in our filling station.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, thank you.
Well said, sir. So what is the way forward? Let's round up with that. What is the way forward?
The way forward, just what I have been saying, I know generally there is hardship, but people should remember that Mr. President, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is trying his best to see that actually Nigerians become happy. With this advancement that we have now today, actually if Nigerians exercise patience, I know they will see a lot of changes in terms of price, in terms of availability, and even in terms of reduction of the goods in the market.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, thank you.
You've edited out on the verdict today with the National President of IPMAN. Nigerians should exercise patience, because he says, and of course it's a truism, that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is very concerned about the challenges Nigerians are facing, and this will soon pass away. The verdict on IPMAN Today. IPMAN Today continues right after this short break. Don't touch your remote. You're welcome back from the verdict. Indeed, I must tell you that was very, very enlightening by the National President of IPMAN. He believes that this new price regime on PMS will soon go further down, and is urging every Nigerian to keep faith with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he knows that IPMAN will soon become key off-takers of PMS from Dangote's refinery. Let's go over now to oil and gas news. And like I told you earlier, the National President of IPMAN has a message to all Nigerians in Maiduguri regarding the recent flood disaster that hampered lives and properties. The National President extends his immense concern, and he knows that this is a phase that will soon pass away. Let's go over now to oil and gas news. Following the tragic incident which left the city of Maiduguri submerged in water, Alhaji ABUBAKAR SHETTIMA, the national president of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, extended his passionate commiseration to victims of the flood mishap, which has rendered several residents of the city of Maiduguri homeless and left retail outlets of IPMAN members also in Maiduguri hampered. The national president expresses his devastation at these unfortunate events, most especially coming at a time when Nigerians across all divides are undergoing economic challenges. Alhaji Shettima assures to closely seek ways to offer relief for affected IPMAN members and appeals for collective prayers for the many displaced. He also commends the Nigerian military for their spontaneous role in search and rescue operations, which have been crucial in saving lives and providing hope to affected communities. And in other news on oil and gas news, I'll bring you highlights of the stakeholder engagement held at the headquarters of the Federal Road Safety Corps, where the national president of IPMAN committed his support to ensuring safety on Nigerian roads.
Well, in fact, as we independent petroleum marketers, already we have NATO and we have PTD, and PTD are our drivers and NATO are the truck owners. So actually we normally share ideas together to see that the trucks, there is no night journey. They should always try as much as possible and drive during the daytime so that to minimize the rate of accident. And the same thing with the road safety. We normally listen to their rules and regulations and we abide by it. But the only challenges that I think we are having is in terms of the road, because there are so many potholes in our roads today, even though the government is trying their best to see that they make the roads okay in terms of traveling. And just as what I have said, most of our drivers are not doing that journey. But you know, there is something with the accident, even though they have already said accidents do not happen, but they are caused. Really is true. And that is the reason why we obey safety rules and regulations.
The Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps also issued a statement on the collaboration between the Federal Road Safety Corps and IPMAN, as well as other affiliate bodies, in ensuring that our roads remain safe and sound for travelers and users.
Well, it's not only IPMAN, it's all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders are here. The NATO, the IPMAN, the NYTW, the return, all of them are here. And the idea is that we engage, we strategize, and we come out with a blueprint that will be able to reduce road traffic crashes. We are getting the reduction gradually, but then our concern is the fatality, the death. In one crash, so many lives lost, and that's why we're here. By the time we meet with them today, we should be able to come out with a solution on how we can have remedy and mitigate those fatalities that are occurring.
And that was oil and gas news. I'll take you over now to CNG Roundup by Tetraco Energy Group. Like I told you earlier, and like I always believe, CNG is here to stay, CNG is here to succeed. But we need to keep re-evaluating and evaluating CNG in Nigeria. So right now, let's go over now to Igbon Oyakure Ifeje. He is the lead technical services at the Tetraco Energy Group. He has a lot to tell us concerning CNG infrastructure and of course an overview of Tetraco Energy's CNG facilities. What are all of these? Let's go over now to CNG Roundup by Tetraco Energy Group.
I am engineer Igbon Oyakure Ifeje. I manage technical services for the Tetraco Group. PNG is piped natural gas, which is the gas that is in the pipeline, while CNG is compressed natural gas. So the gas in the pipeline flows under pressure, but when it's of a higher pressure, it is then called compressed natural gas. Then you now have the liquefied natural gas, which is a compressed natural gas that is being refrigerated or that is cooled by cooling. So that is the liquefied natural gas. So these are the three forms of natural gas within the industry. So I would say the major challenge is actually the reliance on FX, on foreign exchange, because most of the equipment that we use in developing the CNG infrastructure are actually imported, and this puts a lot of pressure on our FX. And that, I would say, is the main challenge in developing. And sometimes this could actually increase the cost of development of these infrastructures within Nigeria. Tetraco has actually brought up some very innovative financial solutions in managing her FX exposures, and has a very high commitment to local content development within the country. We have been able to identify reliable and reliable construction vendors in country with our in-house team who prepare the designs and share with these vendors for development, and that has really been tremendously impactful on our overall project deliverable with regards to timing, with regards to quality, and also costs of the projects. So currently, our facility, which was just commissioned a few months ago, is strategically located along the Benin-Lagos Expressway, which is also on the Escravos-Lagos pipeline corridor. It's in the upstream of the Alps, so it means that we are sure of consistent high pressure to compress in our compression station. The capacity of the plant is currently about 3 million scof, and we hope to grow that to 6 million scof in the next 4 to 5 months. The upgrade plans are already in the works, and this would surely support about 350 light vehicles that will be in line with the presidential initiative for compressed natural gas. So that would enable us transition from the current petrol motor spirit, which is the PMS, and move on to a cleaner and more efficient fuel source, which is the compressed natural gas. So the facility is the state of the art with the latest technology, and it's actually built to the safety perfection, in the sense that there's a guarantee, there's a 99% safety guarantee that in the event of a blowout, everything will be handled and there will be no explosion around the facility. So, and that is very comforting, especially with the recent explosions that have erupted in the energy space recently. So that this facility is built to that safety standard, very high safety standards. And with respect to the expansion is in the works and would actually guarantee double the current capacity, which is 3 million scof, taking it up to 6 million scof, and support about 700 light vehicles per day, and about 250 heavy-duty trucks per day.
You're welcome back from CNG Roundup by Tetraco Energy Group. There's no getting the truism that CNG is here to stay and CNG is here to succeed. So I'm calling on all Nigerians to key into CNG. Of course, if I tell you that I've converted my vehicle to CNG, would you believe? You better believe, because CNG is safer, cheaper, and more economical. Yes, the president of IPMAN believes that the new price regime on PMS in Nigeria is only temporary, and he is calling on the federal government to once again ensure that IPMAN becomes key off-takers of PMS from the Dangote refinery, because that is one way that the price of PMS will come down. Until I come your way again same time next week on NTA, remember, like I always tell you, this is IPMAN Today on NTA, the largest network in all of Africa. We'll be back same time next week, 10:05 p.m. on Monday. That is Monday, same time like this. Keep watching NTA while NTA continues with the sublime broadcasting. My name is Afam Okone.